Very simple question, right? What is a virtualization? Is recorder started or not? Started. What is virtualization? Guys, anybody tell where we use this kind of virtualization concepts? Anything you say like a virtual, where we used till now? Anyone? Anyone tell me? Do you hear the virtual thing? Anything related?
Sir, virtual machine.
Very good. Hmm. Any other thing?
So in VMware,
In VMware, virtual machine concepts. Hmm. Very good. Hyper-V. What is VPN?
Virtual private network.
virtual private network.
What is there now? Virtual is there. Right, so that is enough. Virtual private network. Hmm. Anything related to virtual, without name or with name, something which is CSC people, Java people. What is JVM?
Java virtual machine.
Java virtual machine, right? See, these are all virtual related one. Not only this one, there's so many things like a virtual representation, virtual devices. Okay, so voice assistants. These are not really a physical person or a physical device. It is okay, but it is function like a virtual machine. Okay, just to say like just a word is not a very new one. This it is a very old virtual hard disk. Virtual hard disk. So we can put a virtual machine first of all. Virtual hard disk. Okay. Virtual routers. The physical router is there. Virtual routers, virtual switches, virtual adapters, network adapters, virtual NICs, VLAN, virtual LAN, VMware. VMware is an organization. Okay, so yes, very good. VMware, VPN, JVM, Java virtual machine, virtual private network. Okay, so these are all a different type of virtual related concepts are there. Virtual hard disk. Okay, partitioning like that. So okay, so this is the virtualization is not a new one, not a wonderful one, not a something it is no one will understand. It is not a rocket science and all. Okay, it is a very simple. We know virtualization very well, but only thing is just we have to understand little bit in a different ways, in a enterprise solutions ways. You have to understand. Okay, we already hear the names, but only thing is we have to line up it. So that is very simple virtualization. Python virtual machine, maybe like a Java virtual machine. Python virtual machine is there. Maybe because execution style is little different, but almost in a bottom line it is same. Maybe Python virtual machine is there. Okay. Python and Java execution is little different. Like Java actually first compiler runs, compiler bytecode, and then Java virtual machine. It runs like that. Python is no compiling, right? Directly interpreted. It interprets into machine language and it is executes directly. And of course, maybe like a virtual machine, Java, like a JRE. So Python maybe create a virtual space for it. Okay. Yeah, one more is there. No, virtual RAM. Virtual RAM is there. Like VLAN is a virtual LAN. Okay. VLAN is a virtual LAN. VTP, virtual VLAN trunking protocol. Okay. That is VRAM, virtual RAM is there. Video RAM it is actually. Virtual RAM is different. Virtual RAMs are like a swap in Linux. In a Linux concept, we call a swap. Okay, page file. Page files. That is in Windows. Windows concept. Okay. So we use it. What about AI? Except for source code, the code regarding the object will also change. Or maybe it's a very big one. Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah. We have a this one is a that is Terraform kind of stuff. Infrastructure as a code kind of stuff. Okay. These are all comes under that one. Okay. So before going to virtualization, then what is the physical one? The physical one, we can easily look at that kind of stuff. Oh. Okay, so what is the physical thing? Physical thing is like you can feel or we can see the physical thing is directly, we can look at it. Okay, is a physical is as a whole. Physical is like a as a whole. 1 second. Okay, so I sir also open the link. Okay. Next. So what is a physical, virtual and physical. Physical machine, for example, physical machine means your laptop, desktop. We can consider as a physical machines. Servers, we consider as a physical machine. So we can see a physical machine. We can use as a whole machine. It's a physical machine. It is physical processors are there, physical RAMs are there, like that. It is there. Okay. It is the physical hardware is there. Physical means physical hardware is there. On a physical hardware system is running. On physical hardware system is running. That is a physical one. Then what is virtual? Guys, this is my laptop. In my laptop, I installed some applications. Okay, this is my laptop with a Windows 10. I have a applications inside. Okay, so I have a laptop. I have a applications on my laptop. That's good, right? So I have applications in my laptop. I'm using it. For example, I want to run the Eclipse. Maybe I want to run the PyChart. Maybe I want to run the VS Code. Maybe I want to run the CC Cleaner. Okay. So in my physical system, I can run an applications. Okay. In my physical system, I can run an application. Can I run these applications in my virtual machine? Anyone? I have a Google Chrome here. Can I run a Google Chrome in my virtual machine? Like this in this machine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
we
we
can.
install, if we
We
install.
we can install the Google Chrome in the virtual machine, right? So we using it like I installed so many times, like a Oracle database I installed in virtual machines. I installed Eclipse, I installed NetBeans, I installed Python, I installed Java, I installed VS Code. Okay, even I installed VMware also inside. Okay, like that. So we can use as a physical machine, right? So physical machine, physical appearance only. But in a virtual machine, I'm doing whatever I do in the physical machine, I'm doing in the virtual machine. Okay, so very simple say virtual machine, physical machine. So by function, by functional, both are same, no difference. Okay, the first point is physical machine and virtual machines are both work by functional, both are same. So you don't feel much difference between by functionality physical and virtual machines. Virtual machine. I am telling about virtual machine. It is does not mean always a virtual machine. It is because we know virtual machine very well compared to all other things. That's why I'm using the word called a virtual machine. Utilize virtual machine utilize our physical hardware. It depends on the physical hardware. Hardware. So it means resources. Like a virtual machines, my physical machine CPU, RAM, disk space. Also. These are main important. That's why I'm writing only these three things. And of course, entire system, physical system. Without a physical system, no virtual machines. Remember, without physical machine, no virtual machine. It means without a physical environment, no virtualization concept. Okay, no virtualization concept. Without a physical machine or a physical environment. Okay, so no virtual thinking. Not only a virtual machine, not only a virtual hard disk or anything. You won't get it without a physical one. Okay, so remember this always a point. By functionality, physical and virtual are same. Okay, application installed in a physical machine, application installed in a virtual machine, both are same. Okay, a laptop with a Windows 10 operating system, that is physical machine, and a virtual machine with a Windows 10 is also same by for a functionality. But where physical things are like a physical hardware, and we can feel, we can see directly the physical things. Virtual machines only by monitoring we can able to see it, but we don't know the remaining things about it. And currently, like just it's there is they don't have any physical structure, physical parts are not there. Okay, so directly not on a physical one. Virtual machines utilize physical machines hardware resources like a CPU, RAM kind of stuff. Like a you want to do anything virtual one, like you want a virtual hard disk. Where you store virtual hard disk? You
In
have
a
a
physical one.
virtual hard disk. Where it stores?
In a physical hardware itself.
In physical machine only. In physical hard disk only. So without a physical, there is no virtual kind of concept. Of course, guys, you are learning a cloud. It means the first one is in the cloud options, like you go to AWS or a Azure kind of stuff. You create a virtual machine. You don't have any physical environment, right? So you have your one PC, but you create a virtual machines in the cloud environment. But where the virtual machine is running? In the remote AWS organization having a lot of data centers. In their data center, virtual machine is running. Okay, you are accessing a virtual hard disk remotely through internet. Where the virtual hard disk is there, it is located in a somewhere else. So that is, keep in mind, there is nothing in a virtual without any physical environment. Either it is in your PC or maybe in a remote PC or maybe it is somewhere in the physical environment. The thing will be exist only if physical is exist. So that is, so I put a disk, hard disk instead of hard disk, sorry, spelling. Okay, stores in a physical hard disk. So without a physical machine, no virtual machine kind of stuff concept won't work here. So that is a very simple to tell about what we know from that one. This is the observations from what we know. So we don't need to, I'm not going with any specific kind of stuff. This is what we know. We can understand virtual meaning is that. So next one is virtual means. What is this virtual? Virtual means software defined. Software defined. It means you have a CPU. CPU is a physical. Virtual CPU is a software defined CPU. Virtual CPU. You have a RAM. Virtual RAM. Virtual RAM concept is different. Virtual RAM concept is different. But for a machine, that RAM is that's software defined RAM will be there. Virtual hardware. Virtual hard disk. Okay, so what is this virtual kind of stuff? Virtual network adapter, virtual network adapters. Okay, so these are all nothing but a software defined infrastructure. So software defined infrastructure. Okay, what is the virtual thing? It is a software defined. So virtual machine means software defined virtual machine. Okay, so it is very simple to understand the thing. Software defined things like a software defined infrastructure, software defined data center. Okay, software defined data center. Now we'll go to simple thing. So what is virtualization is also given here. It is create a software based or a virtual representation to reduce IT expenses while boosting efficiency and agility. So remember this kind, guys. So look at here. What is the virtualization means? You create a virtualized one, virtualized server. Okay, server environment. So virtualized application virtualization, server virtualization, storage virtualization, network virtualization. What is the advantage of creating this software-based or a virtual representation of something is? So you don't need to always your keep purchasing or keep putting a investment on the physical environments, on the physical environment. The best example is my laptop. I can show you that one. And of course, you also know that one. So how you know? Because you guys done a Windows 10, Windows servers, right?
Sir,
You
your
already done the
voice is
practicals.
breaking.
Yes. Again, why my voice is breaking
Last
again?
sentence came like a robotic voice.
Okay. It is also good. Okay, what sir it is? Look at here. You done a practicals like a Windows servers. You done Windows 10. You done. I think some of you know like a Linux. You are done. But all these three machines you run in your same physical machine, right? In the same laptop only, you can able to run one Windows server, one client, and you can make a communication between. So that is so advantage of this virtualization concept. See, very simple way say, like earlier days when I learn a hardware kind of stuff, we need a physical machine because we don't know virtual kind of stuff. You should learn how to install a operating system, Windows 98, Windows XP kind of stuff, Windows Vista. I have tried for Windows Vista. Okay, so then of course for my teaching also, like I have to show how to install Windows Vista. Okay, so problem is we have to give the CDs to students and we have to give the physical machine to the students. So let them to install. So they will format entire system. They install a Windows Vista. And the next batch, now, so they configured everything. The next batch come and they do practical. So their class is Windows Vista installation. So what they done? So they format entire PC. They install Windows Vista in the machine. So meanwhile, some other batch is there. They have a class only for a MS Office. They installed MS Office in the machine. Now next day they came, the MS Office is gone because of Vista is reinstalled, Windows Vista. So what happening? Every day there is an issue with the operating system installation. After a few days, what happened? One batch is a Windows Vista installation batch. Another is a Windows Server batch, 2008 server batch, 2008 server batch. So what happened? 8 people come, 2008 people, evening batch, they format the PC. Okay. Morning batch, Windows Vista PC. So they format the world PC. So it's not like the classes never go next level because every day it is a 2 hours class only. In the 2 hours class only installation will happens. Okay. So that is like that much of headache we have. But later on days, nowadays we have a virtualization. That is why I'm telling a story in 2000. Have that much of RAM capacities to create a virtual machines. That time I used VMware. Okay, that time only. I am very good at finding a solutions, but people know they don't like it. Okay. So next one is guys. So what is the advantage of using this VMware workstation or a virtual box or like that? You can create a virtual machines and you can install a OS and you can install the application and you can run the applications. Okay. So without purchasing extra hardware. Okay, I have a laptop with my required RAM capacity, so then I can able to create a virtual machines. I can run the virtual machines, so then I can work with the virtual machines. Okay, if you see the left side of my virtual machines, here it is. These two are recently created, but this is like a 1 week back created. See Windows Oracle. So I am trying to install a Oracle WebLogic server. So I finally succeed to install the WebLogic server. Then after that one, I don't know what to do. So then I leave like that. I don't know. So the applications are not there. Deploying to deploy, I need a WAR file, so I'm not able to get it. So I leave like that only. Okay. I found so many things about administration. I don't want administration. I want a development. First development, then only administration. Okay. So this is the Oracle application install. So I want to try SCCM. So this is a SCCM. For SCCM, I install this machine. This is a Windows Server machine only. If you look at this is a Linux machine. Okay. And this is the Linux machine with the DevOps tools installed, like a GitHub, Jenkins. Okay, if you keep going, like this is my Windows 10 machine with the DevOps tools installed in it. Okay, this is a CentOS 6 machine. Okay, CentOS 6 machine. So like this is a Linux web server, just for a practicing web server power configurations. Okay, like this. See, if you see, this is a 2003 server. Okay, 2003 enterprise server it is. So I'm closing other things. Okay, 2003 server, world server, 2012 server, Windows XP. So you can see this is a Windows XP. Okay, so like that, what I want to do is like I need these things for a different type of purposes. I create these virtual machines like a backup and storage. I use 2003 server backup purpose. My voice is breaking. Still, I don't know. Okay, so one machine. So concept is not about VMware workstation or VirtualBox concept. The concept is I can able to run multiple virtual machines in a single physical machine. So I can run multiple virtual machines in a single physical machine. So that is the main aim of this virtual kind of stuff. That is one part of virtual machine. What we know about a virtual and virtual machine kind of stuff. Of course, there is so many things are there. Is also we can see that the concept actually, and another one is it is intact with the physical resources. The thing is, guys, okay, so physical machines are a physical things. Sorry, virtual machines are a virtual applications, virtual server, virtual network components, whatever it is. It utilize physical resources, but it is intact with the physical resources. Like you have a virtual hard disk, you can transfer the virtual hard disk from one place to another place, any place you can transfer it. You have a virtual machines, you can copy, delete, or transfer the virtual machine from one location to another location. So like if this is a virtual machine, you can copy the virtual machine and transfer to another machine also. Okay, that is also possible. Even I done that one in a practical. Okay, so this is the basic introduction. So here you can see again what is a virtualization. Create a software based or a virtual representation of application servers, storage, network to reduce IT expenses. Of course, there is a lot of definitions are there, guys. Just read the definition. So whatever it is, you don't need to stick it to mine only. You can read it to anyone or any virtualization related thing. But make sure the sense of meaning must be matches. Okay, meaning must be matches, not a words or sentence kind of stuff, sentence construction. The meaning of definition must be matches. Okay, that is very important. Next one is virtualization can increase IT agility, flexibility, scalability while creating significant cost saving. Already I told guys. So I have a 10 computers and I have a 10 or 20 members of students are there. They need to install Windows Vista, right? So they installed it. Okay, they installed in a physical machine. The next batch is different batch. So there are a Windows Server batch. So they need a Windows Vista plus Windows Server. So what to do? I have a 5 systems only. No chance, right? So I have a bench is required to practice. Each student has to practice both server and client. So I can't provide 2 machines for one user, right? So this is a solution like a virtualization kind of stuff. My voice is breaking, but still, I don't know. In this machine, we don't have a voice test kind of stuff. Otherwise, at least I will try to check whether my mic problem or any other problem. See, device settings are there. Very good. So no noise suppression, mirror my video. only this thing. Microphone testing is there. Okay, we'll see another 2 minutes. Okay, greater workload mobility, increase the performance and availability of resources, automated operations. There are all benefits of virtualization that makes IT simpler to manage and less costly to own and operate. Okay, there are all benefits of virtualization to make IT simpler to manage, less costly to own and operate. So why? Because less costly, because one single machine can able to run multiple things. That is the one thing. Flexibility means your machine is running in one PC, so you can easily copy pasted or maybe move from one machine to another physical machines. You can easily move your virtual related things. So increasing a performance kind of stuff, guys. Compulsory, you should understand few things. If you take a machine, this is a server machine. Okay, this is a server machine. For example, I install a services, for example DHCP service or maybe like a server. So maximum utilization of server is 10% you are utilizing. So if more load increases, maximum maybe 20%. Not more than 20% of load may not be increased in the per server in generally. Even if you try to increase like that, so if it is overloaded and problem will occur. You can use your PC up to 80%. You can put a load up to 80%. So like that, it is a border way is a 70% like that. It means your least to least minimum system utilization is 10%. If you are using certain services, its utilization is only 20%. Because of this virtualization concept, you can utilize your server to the maximum. Guys, like your bikes, cars kind of stuff, computers, it meaning is server kind of stuff is also a devices, electronic devices. Like your mixer, don't the machines, devices, you won't get a return of cost. It is become old and no use. So you can better we utilize the resources of a computer. These are benefits of virtualization. Reduce the capital and operating cost. Means you need to buy your hardware again and again. So many things you can no need to buy it. Minimize or eliminated downtime. So we can reduce the downtime by configuring load balancers. Okay, by configuring load balancers and failover clusters. Increase IT productivity, efficiency, agility, and responsiveness. Faster provisioning of applications and resources. Greater business continuity and disaster recovery. Okay. Simplified data center management. Okay. Availability of true software based or a software defined data center. Again, so first 2 points are reduce capital and operating cost, minimize or eliminated downtime. So because you configure a load balancer and a failover cluster, obviously the downtime will be reduced. Increase IT productivity, efficiency, agility, responsiveness, faster provisioning. These are all there. Disaster recovery. Okay, guys. Also, we can store your virtual things, or like your virtual machines, virtual hard disk kind of stuff. We can store those data into remotely, like a different geographical locations. Okay, So these are the different type of virtualization, guys. Server virtualization, network virtualization, desktop virtualization, application virtualization, network virtualization, user state virtualization, presentation virtualization. There is a everything is okay. You change the order also, no problem. You forget one or two, no problem. But important thing is, if it is in order, then it is feels good. Okay. Like a first is a server virtualization, desktop virtualization. Next is network virtualization and storage virtualization. Okay, like that. So actually, server, desktop, application are linked. Network virtualization is separate, storage virtualization is separate. Okay, network virtualization is separate, storage virtualization is separate. Okay, the very worst styles are user state virtualization and presentation virtualization. Not only this, guys, so many type of virtualizations are there, but out of this one, the first five are very important virtualization in a current scenarios. And you want a more details like each sentence and all. Actually, we prepared a notes and all. Okay, but you don't have a time to prepare. I don't have time to explain also. Okay, so most of the information we take it from the VMware website only. You can go to VMware website, so then you can able to get the data. Okay, again we are going. So what is virtualization? Definitions are very important. What is the main use of virtualization? Okay, you can define like a differences what we know from it. Okay, understanding is very important. Okay, type of virtualizations: server virtualization, desktop virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization, storage virtualization. That's a 5 virtualizations plus user state virtualization and presentation virtualization. Okay, server virtualization is your VMware vSphere, Hyper-V, Hyper-V, Xen servers comes in a server virtualization. Okay, um, VMware Horizon, not a Horizon. Okay, Xen desktops. Okay, VMware workstation, VM VirtualBox. These concepts will come up with a desktop virtualization. Network virtualization meaning is your virtual LANs. One thing is virtual LANs, virtual switches, virtual routers, virtual NICs, internal, external, private NICs, host only NICs, bridged networks. The bridging concepts all are comes under network virtualization only. Application virtualization is like a app V, or a WinApp, TNAP. TNAP is a application virtualization related software. What is a application virtualization is very simple, guys. So there is an application running in your remote physical machine. You can access the application and you can use the application from your PC. And also you can decide, do you want to run the application in the remote machine or you want to run the application in your local machine. Storage virtualization is a concept of virtual hard disk, storage related things like virtual hard disk, um, RAID concept, NAS SAN concepts also comes under storage virtualization. Okay. User state virtualization, guys. User is login from one PC to another PC. Like so, no user can be login in a different computers, or maybe can log in from anywhere. But user profile data should be loaded when user is logging. Users can be logging to remotely, like that kind of stuff. It is there. Presentation virtualization is like a remote apps. Presentation virtualization concept is remote desktop, remote apps concept. So that is a presentation virtualization. This is about server virtualization. So we'll discuss about server virtualization, guys. I think you guys already know how to enable virtualization in the BIOS. Okay. So to achieve the server virtualization or any desktop virtualization kind of concepts, so this is the way you can able to enable it. So this is contains informations. So anyway, I will forward it. So that is your types of what is virtualization, types of virtualizations, why we need a virtualization, why we need a virtualization is important. So okay, 424 it is. So guys, take a afternoon time. So have a tea or coffee. Please don't sleep. I'm also getting sleep. Okay. 4:40. Take a 15 minutes break. Be back at. So maximum 4:45. So as a round figure, 4:40, 4:45. Be there. So have a tea or something. Okay. Don't sleep. I will explain server virtualization like that. Class is lengthy theory. Compulsory. You must wake and do it. Okay. Any doubts?